Hello and welcome guys to a new episode on Sport Predict Fanatic. Today we're gonna predict the quarterfinals of the Euro 2024 in Germany. Let's start off with the first match. That's gonna be with home country Germany against Spain. I think we've the two most successful nations in the UEFA European Championship history. This is actually the first time they meet each other in a knockout stage of a tournament since the semi-final at the World Cup in 2010, where of course Spain won because they won the whole World Cup back then. But Germany actually hasn't won against Spain in a competitive matchup since 1988. So 12 and 24, 36 years ago actually. Since then in competitive matchups, actually Spain has won 3 and they've drawn 3 times. I think Spain came into this match as a slight favorite due to them winning all 4 matches and playing some great football actually. Maybe not making everything of all their chances, but at least making chances. So there is that. Spain also had quite a good win last round when they were 1-0 behind against Georgia, but still went on to win 4-1, which was quite unbelievable with how they done that. It was great football. Germany on the other hand won their match in the round of 16 with 2-0 against Denmark. A match that was filled with far controversy. The match that was of course interrupted due to lightning as well. But with that, they are now actually unbeaten in 8 matches and are hoping to put an end to the 20-year title drought at the Euros. Some hot stats for this matchup are Fabian Ruiz, because he actually scored in 3 out of his 4 last matches for Spain. And just to mention, Spain actually won all of those matches with a 3 or more goal margin, which is a crazy stat. But if he scores, you can definitely expect some goals. And of course, if Germany scores early, it will probably be Musiala, as if when he scores 2 of the 3 goals this Euros have been in the before the 25 minute. But yeah, just throw another stat there. Spain has only conceded 2+ goals in 2 matches since the start of 2023, which is quite impressive. So they don't really concede much goals in one match. That's actually crazy. I think with that being said, Spain is actually going to win. They looked a little bit more threatening for goal. Maybe didn't secure all the chances, but if they do now against Germany, I think they will win. I actually do think so. And then we have Portugal against France. Actually, the last match between Portugal and France ended at a 2-2 draw at the Euros with 3 goals coming from penalties where Ronaldo scored 2. Portugal did of course win their last matchup on penalties as well. Ronaldo of course could have scored a penalty early on in the game, but Oblak saved it. But in shootout, Ronaldo scored. But of course, the real hero in that shootout was the keeper, Diogo Costa, who saved all 3 penalties that were shot in the shootout, becoming actually the first ever keeper to do that at the Euros. Portugal itself actually also got a record extended their record of reaching the 7th Euro quarterfinals, and I think that's in a row. I'm not sure about it, but they at least reached the 7th Euro quarterfinals. Portugal will actually be a bit afraid of France though, because their head-to-head actually is, well, out of the last 14 head-to-head games, Portugal actually lost 11 times, drew 2 times, and actually only won 1 time. Um, Portugal will feel a bit at ease though, because in the last matches they only lost 3 and won the other 16. They did lose this tournament though, but that was with a B team against Georgia. I mean, you really shouldn't count that, question mark. But yeah, France have reached the third Euros in the last 4 times they tried. They had a 1-0 win against Belgium last match, but France, like this whole tournament, haven't looked like themselves. They looked not convincing. They didn't score. Mbappé is not feeling well, and they really need to step up their game. None of their goals have actually come from open play. Well, maybe an own goal, but like none of their own players have scored from an open play, which is crazy. They've really defended well though, only conceding 1 game out of the 6 they've played, so they have 5 clean sheets. Just to throw another hot stat out there, Bruno Fernandes has never lost or drawn with Portugal when he scored. So when he scores, he's actually always won. And just to name another stat, just 3 out of the last 10 matches from Portugal at the Euros have seen both teams score. So it's likely to not both teams scoring. But I think with that said, I'm actually a bit doubting myself a bit. Like my one side of my brain is saying, yeah, France are still gonna win with 1-0, boring match, blah blah blah. But the other side is saying, oh no, Portugal is actually gonna play well. Oh, not oh no, but Portugal is gonna play well. It's gonna be a fun match due to hit them scoring early. But yeah, I'm going with my left side, my good side, and saying France is actually going to win this match 1-0. That's actually my prediction. Then we have the matchup of England against Switzerland. Yeah, England, after struggling past their group stages, everyone expected a real response for them against Slovakia. That didn't happen. Well, actually, the other side happened. They did play really bad again. They only scored in the 95th minute. Also, it was like an overhead kick from Jude Bellingham to even get into extra time. And the extra time they scored in the first minute and then held the lead, but they didn't seem great. And despite them having like the best team, they looked as one of the worst teams there is at the Euros. They are up against Switzerland, who actually played great, and they defeat Italy with spirit, with fighting, with good football actually, and they actually dominated Italy, which is crazy thing to say. But England does have like a really good record against Switzerland. With out of the last 24 meetings, Switzerland only won once. They drew 5 times and England won 18 times. This will be Switzerland's 5th quarterfinals ever. But they hope it goes better than the other times, because they've never gone on to go to the semi-finals. So of course they're hoping to do that right now. Just to name some other hot stats, if Bellingham scores, he's probably gonna score the last goal. He scored in late goals in 2 out of the 3 matches for England. He actually scored 2 times in the 95th minute, if I'm correct. Vargas is actually a good shout for Switzerland to at least be involved in a goal. He scored, of course, a beautiful goal against Italy, making this his 4th goal contribution in his last 6 international matches, with 1 goal and 3 assists that he has. England have a bad reputation when it comes to shots on target, so I wouldn't put any money on them putting like much shot on target. They only averaged 3 shots per match at the 0 on target. That's actually crazy. This is actually the least any team in the quarterfinal has produced. So that's actually really bad. And I think actually Switzerland are going to upset England here. I'm sorry, England, but you actually don't deserve to be here. But if they play well now, I mean, they still would deserve the win if they play well now. But I expect Switzerland actually to win this one. Then we have the matchup Netherlands, of course, my country, against Turkey. The Netherlands reached the round of 16 with being best third, which is of course not really convincing, but they showed why they still should be a team to watch when they outclassed Romania 3-0, who actually came first in their group. But yeah, no, they did play some outstanding football, some good goals, some good defense, some good football overall. And they're actually up against Turkey, who've just in the last four head-to-heads with Turkey, the Netherlands and Turkey. Turkey actually won 2 times. There was 1 draw, and actually Netherlands only won 1. So that isn't too great. And a draw and a win for Turkey was actually in the qualifier for the Euro 2016, and because Turkey got that win and that draw, they actually secured their spot for the Euro 2016. But the Netherlands actually didn't make it that year. The last meeting though between these two was comfortably won by the Netherlands with a 6-2, I think it was, and that was back in 2021. Turkey are a really fun team to watch. They have a good defense, but a good attack, but a bad defense, which gives us matches all over the place. With that, I have some hot stats of that. Of the 8 teams that are left, of course, at the quarterfinals, Turkey have scored more than any other team except for Spain and Germany. Of course, one of them is going to get kicked out. So if Turkey actually are going through, they might be becoming the most scoring team this Euros. Turkey are actually the only country also to concede a goal every match they've played. They've played 4 now, of course, and they've conceded a goal every match. But they're also the only country who has had 3+ goals in every match, making them a real fan favorite because they're entertaining matches to watch and fun, actually fun to watch. So, yeah, I think most people actually have Turkey as their second favorite team, besides their country maybe. And also an interesting stat: each of Turkey's last 5 matches have seen at least 3 cards. I'm not gonna say yellow because they might be red as well, but yeah, that's actually a really interesting stat. But with that said, I actually expect the Netherlands to win. What I'm actually gonna expect is the Netherlands are going to go up 2-0. Then Turkey's going to attack. They're going to score once. They're then going to attack a little bit more, and the Netherlands is going to counter with their strikers, and they are going to score. So I actually expect it to be 3-1, but of course I can be wrong. But yeah, I expect the Netherlands to win due to them just having a little bit more experience, better team. But of course that team isn't with Frankie de Jong, isn't with the big names. But yeah, Turkey is the same. So we have nothing to complain in the Netherlands here. But no, I think Netherlands gonna win. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that for now. So I wanna thank you all for watching. Please have a great day, and I'll see you.